Hello, my eyes family. I hope so you are doing well. And today I'm here with another cue card, and the topic is about historic place. And when we heard about the word history, then there is some old buildings, places, or historic place, something like from ancient times. And today I will share about the bullet points as well, and then there are some follow up questions as well that I will explain how you can answer the follow up questions. A sample answer for this topic, I just want to share some tips that how you can answer these type of questions. So you should pick a historic place which is usually located in your country. In this way it would be very easy for you. You can answer in a natural way rather than if you are selecting an international or any place from any other country. It would be not as much as comfortable to you to speak for 2 minutes. So you have to select any place from your country, and in this case you, if there is about your country, then you can say about any place that you visited or that you know about it. You can talk about any historic place located anywhere in the world, but not necessarily that you have to visit the place to talk about it. Don't pick a place which has very little historical significance or the places that store historical evidence but not a historic place. For example, or for instance, you can learn a lot about history from the museum, but you can't say museum is a historic place unless there are other facts to consider related to the history. And as you can see in the picture, I'm going to talk about a very important historic place that is having a significance. You can say a place in the religion. And again, now let's start with me. Describe a historic place that you know about, and you should say what the place is, where it is located, and what is the significance of the place, and describe your experience of the place. And then follow up question: what do you think of the future trend of historic places? Will the government strengthen its protection toward historic places? What are the changes brought about by the historic place in the local economy and people? And the last follow up question is: what is the effect of historic place? Sorry, what is the effect of tourists to such a place? So for this cue card, again, what you will do, you will select a place. Might be you visited or might be you didn't. So you are supposed to talk about that any place that is very close in the area, not close in the area, actually that is very famous, and you can talk about it for a long time. So don't pick any place. Again, my advice is that don't pick any place that is far away from your country or from any other country, because in this way you will get stuck and you will not be able to speak for 2 minutes. So let's move towards our sample answer. And I will try to organize the answer in my mind according to the bullet points. And what are the bullet points? Again, I will recall in my mind. The bullet points are: what is what the place is, where it is located, what is the significance of the place. So what the place is? The place is Kartarpur corridor, and where it is located? It is located in district Narowal. And what is the significance of the people? It is a religious place for the Sikh community. So let's start with me. I love to visit popular places whenever I get free time, and historic places have a special appeal to me. I have visited a few historic places, including Kartarpur Corridor and Taj Mahal in India. The historic significance and the beauty of these places mesmerize me. The place that I would like to talk about today is Kartarpur Corridor, also known as Kartarpur Gurdwara in Pakistan, which is situated in Narowal district. And I would like to thank you for allowing me that you allowed me to talk about it. It is basically a religious corridor which is a visa free border crossing for the devotees from India to visit the Gurdwara in Kartarpur, Pakistan. However, Pakistani Sikhs are unable to use the border crossing and cannot access Dera Baba Nanak on the Indian side without first obtaining an Indian visa or unless they work there. There are four entrance doors to show that everyone is welcome, regardless of status, occupation, gender, religion, or wealth. The main prayer hall is called the Diwan Hall. I have heard about the place from news channels a lot, and when I went there for the first time, I became speechless. The huge architect, the overwhelming interior and exterior decoration were beyond appreciation. An essential part of any Gurdwara is the langar. Langar is a free meal for everyone. The Guru designed an institution in which all people would sit on the floor and have their meal. Even it is here that all people, high or low, rich or poor, male or female, all sit together to share and enjoy the food together, expressing expressing the ideals of equality, sharing, and the oneness of humanity. I would always like to get back to this place due to its prominence in history and incredible appeal. So now part 3 about detailed discussion. Our question number first is, what do you think of the future trend of historic places? And answer is, this is somewhat difficult to answer. I guess as the future is often unpredictable, many people believe that historic places should be preserved because they depict a country's overall tradition and history, constitute an integral part of a nation's history, culture, and heritage. On the other hand, others disagree with that. I think that some historic places would be retained either for usage, if possible, or for posterity in the future. However, the future is uncertain and depends on the decision of the political leaders and the powerful people. However, I believe that some significant historical places would become more important and would be preserved more carefully in the future. More tourists would be interested in visiting such places. Now here I will share the tips how you can answer for this type of questions. Actually, a good way to fully answer the question is to say something general about historic places and then justify your opinion. I mean, first you have to answer the question directly, and then after that, you have to justify your opinion. And to strengthen your opinion, you should have to give some example. For example, you could say that you want them to be preserved or not, give examples and predictions to put more articulation about your question's answer. Our second question is, will the government strengthen its protection toward historic places? Answer, I can't really know for sure, but I would say that these places must be protected no matter what. As mentioned, historic places reflect a country's history and culture, and they are a nation's brand. To illustrate, Greek authorities make significant efforts to preserve and renovate the places that are very important for them through historical point of view. And our next question is, what are the changes brought about by the historic places in the local community and people, in the local economy and people? The answer is, when I think of changes brought by the historic places, the first thing that comes to my mind is benefits. Firstly, these places provide employment and economic and income to the many people, not only in particular seasons with many tourists but also throughout the year. As these places are famous and a community and a country is characterized by those, locals and foreign visitors will pay them a visit, and these results in the popularity of the country. Furthermore, as a result of these visits, the whole economy will develop, and these countries will flourish and prosper. People would learn about diverse cultural aspects and would be able to present their own cultures and customs to visitors. So in this way you can answer about the question. Sometime might be you can make any grammatical mistake or might be any pronunciation mistake, but no problem, you can correct it, because when we are speaking we know that we pronounce this word wrong. So we, if you're correcting your pronunciation and even grammatical mistake, it doesn't matter. Our next question is about what is the effect of tourists to such place. Answer: influx of tourists to these places might lead to both positive and negative consequences. Visitors would help create more jobs among the local people and help raise the budget to the government. Through the internet and social media, those tourists will share photos and videos of their activities, and their friends will learn about those places. The visiting tourists bring many foreign cultures and customs which are often unknown to the local people. The growing tourists often increase the business opportunity in the local area. Apart from the beneficial aspects, there are some negative complications, or you can say negative implications as well. All these places are very crowded with a tremendous number of visitors. They become less tidy. It is not uncommon that foreign customs and cultures brought by the tourists often threaten the local culture and the way of life. So that is the answer for this today's cue card and the follow-up questions. You can see that I use some advanced level vocabulary and the sentence structure as well. And first, how you can answer, you have to direct answer the question, and after that you have to strengthen your concept with your opinion, and you have to give some examples. In this way it would be very comfortable and easy for you to answer the question and crack the speaking in a natural way. That's all. Best of luck.